Alright everybody, welcome back. Run another Nightfall here on my Warlock. And I'm going to run the Stormcaller build. I like this top tree, I'll explain it in a second. Running with the Crown of Tempest, a couple arc things, some health. I'm going to run an atypical thing with a sniper rifle, and Assault Prey has lightweight, and my Midnight Q. Actually, I'm going to run Mida. The reason I like the top tree over the bottom tree is, I know most people typically use the bottom tree for Arc Soul, and it does work with this build. You can definitely do it with this build, but the top tree has the chaining for the melee and the grenade, and to power up the arc conduction, you'll see when the grenade hits, when it pulses, it'll chain back and forth multiple enemies like this. So now you can see the conduction times just powering up. And you can see the chains going back and forth between the enemies right there. You tend to get more kills once the conduction times gets up. You can just spam grenades so fast, and with the chaining, it just chains through enemies so much faster. It's just very, very powerful on this.
It's a problem we need you to eradicate.
You can take out large groups of enemies with a single grenade without having to be super accurate. Because of the chaining effects. Oh man. Oops. I almost died there. Not concentrating while I'm talking. Yeah, I like good old Mida to run through these parts that you don't need to do. Yeah, it can actually make your grenades more powerful, and your melees too if there's more than one enemy next to each other. You'll get the chaining effect, and really just powers up this build so much faster. The other part of it is on the super. When you cast your super, if you have full grenades and full melee, you get your health back and it lasts longer. It can be an absolute lifesaver, health regen. And the fact that it lasts longer, you can really clear out a large group of enemies. And, you know, like I said, you can save yourself in a dire situation, and you can also teleport, which can get you out of certain bad situations, or it can get you through a section quicker, or escape, or just save time in general with the strike if you're going to run this on Prestige. I'm actually going to throw a curveball here, though. I'm going to go with the Storm Grenade. Just so you can see the power of the chaining effect. I actually really like the Storm Grenade. I think it's, with this build, it's super powerful and way overlooked. It probably doesn't have the single target DPS, but, as you'll see here in just a second,
Only the algorithm is missing.
the chaining effects of it in a group can be just utterly devastating.
It won't happen again.
I mean, you can just destroy groups of enemies with it so fast. It's nice when I'm running through the strike here. I barely have to aim it. I don't have to worry about replacements nearly as much as the
They are the primary vector.
pulse grenades. So when I'm kind of in a movement phase like this, where I'm just trying to kind of pick a safe pattern through here, but you know, if you'll notice, I'm just taking out almost all the enemies as I'm going here. Oh. A little risky to take that kind of long jump. If the enemies are out in front of you like that, you kind of don't have much way to dodge there. That's unfortunate. I could have probably waited a second and thrown some grenades from back there, cleared it out first. I was hoping with the Mida I would be moving fast enough where I wouldn't get tagged by those shotguns. You can see the chain there. One grenade just takes out all 3 of those. It's not nearly as good single target DPS as the pulse grenade, especially on the boss. The interesting thing on this strike is, since Arc crits the Vex, the pulse grenades will crit the boss. I don't think Stalker does. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how DPS goes on this with it. But I think this might be kind of fun to try on normal here. This build is so strong on this map. And it's so easy to have your full melee and full super, or full grenade, I'm sorry, on this with the torrential and with your induction working.
We should do it again sometime.
You can see that I got my health back right there as we're casting the super. So that really comes into play a lot more often. You don't have to hold onto it nearly as much as you would on a standard build. You're trying to wait for your grenades and melee to be up. Just causing some havoc here as I go along. You can probably run past a lot of this, but it's probably better safe than sorry to just dump grenades as you're going along here. You also don't have to use the Mida. I'm going to leave these Cabal up here, let them fight. Work on this one here. Alright, Cabal. You don't get the extended range on the melee, but stay back here in this corner to avoid these snipers. I can throw down anything in Rift. Save myself here. This is where it suffers a little bit. It's just not quite the DPS as pulse grenades in a single target, big DP target like that. You can just see electric arcing everywhere, causing havoc. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to go on the boss.
The root mine is reaching out.
We'll see. It's going to be really dependent on me keeping the conduction times up. So one thing I can do is, as I build it up, I can launch a few at the boss and then kind of stagger kill the last few enemies instead of just wiping all the adds out. Stagger kill the last few so I can keep kind of resetting that timer. Alright, let's switch up there. See, if you stagger these kills properly, you can really get this thing last a long time. And that's going to be important because there's going to be several sections of the boss fight where there's no enemies, right? So I'm definitely going to run out of this conduction, so I'm going to lose DPS, and without the ticks of the pulse grenade and crits. I don't know how that's going to go. So we'll see. But that's also why I'm running the sniper. I feel like maybe with the sniper I can get some more extra DPS going. In those interim spots while I'm waiting for the next AS phase to spawn. You have to be careful in this map too. These guys will stomp you, and if you're in the wrong spot, they will stomp you off the map. I experienced that in a kind of a quick warm-up run I took. Oh man, I knew as soon as I let that punch off that was a bad idea. And I poorly placed that first grenade. I didn't get that first group. That's unfortunate. That really need to land that first grenade to alleviate some of that damage. That guy was in kind of a strange position. I don't know if he's ever been there when I've landed there before, but you can actually skip this whole group. You can kind of jump up and around them, but with the Warlock being kind of slow, and my jump is super great. I'm not sure. I want to kill a few of those guys so I can get through here safely. Yeah, no sense to waste time on there unless for some reason you need to build your super up.
We just pulled the plug.
So now I'm actually going to position myself. I've made the mistake of trying to DP at this guy right off the bat.
Excuse us while we.
I could snipe a couple of times here, but I more want to get my positioning set by these blocks. I actually should have burned my super in there. I actually meant to, but I kind of forgot. So here's, see, I'm going to try to get as many out of them as I can. Oh, there's one. Lots, he's moving. I heard the, I'm going to pay attention where he stops. Make sure I have the angle. Now I've got a few seconds of this, but I know there's a few enemies. This is what I'm talking about, the stagger. If I plan this right, yep, I get the reset. Oh, I didn't reset it, it went back to 2. So now now I'm only gonna have 3. My placement on these is not great so far. But I might have done enough damage on them with those kind of Hail Mary chucks over there to... I got through to this next phase. So we shall see here how this goes. I don't want to get booped off the edge here. In here, I am going to super these guys. This guy, you have to be careful on the second one, right? Because the boss will start shooting you as soon as you release him. So you have to be careful there. So that's going to get me 3. It's almost enough to spam, so I'm going to get as many off here as I can. Work on my eye. Okay, that sounds like a... I just realized I think my sound is coming through my speakers. Hopefully this doesn't kill the audio here. Why some of these audio cues were a little dull. He's doing okay damage-wise. This is working. It's not critting him, but it seems to be working. This is why I like having the sniper maybe instead of a rocket when he's moving. I think I can get a little more DPS from him, a little more consistently. Now we're on the second phase of this, so... Whoa! I thought he went around that pillar at me. I'm not quite sure how he hit me from there, but that was a little mental error. I went for the Harpy to get the conduction times going, so I can spam him a little more. It didn't really work out. I'm actually going to switch my sound. Alright, hopefully if that was bugging the audio out, it'll get better now. Record this, hopefully not. But now there's these two, I want to get those two far ones here. Now you see I just used a technique there where a lot of people forget about is they forget to, they get so caught up in using their super that they forget that you can launch a grenade in there. Really works with the AO grenades like the pulse grenade, because you know they're going to be sitting there trying to melee you while you're in your super. Now I gotta pay way more attention to him because he's gonna be moving around a lot more, so I gotta really be careful with my angles here. His rotation, I didn't really counter for his rotation there. That was yet another mistake. Yeah, he rotates a lot more, and I don't know if it's random where he stops or not. See, he's still going. I haven't quite worked out the mechanics of this section. I don't know what makes him stop. Wow, that hit me? These angled blocks just sometimes fool you. I think I have a safe angle, and that beam will tag you. This is a good exercise to kind of teach you about peak angles and paying attention to it. Well, I'm not doing a good job of that right now. Snipers up. Gotta watch the snipers. There's a lot of ads up right now. I lost so much health there so quickly, I'm not quite sure why. Might have grenaded myself, I might have got tagged by a sniper. This fight can snowball quickly. You make a couple mistakes, and now you can get in a bad spawn location with a lot of ads out. It can really snowball on you, so look at this. Just losing walls. I don't have my super yet, although I will have my super soon. And I just got caught out here in the open. He rotated on me. I was about to activate my super to clear this out. Man, it gets really hectic on this last part. Gonna have to really clean this up. This is the part where maybe the pulse grenades are better. I don't know. I'm just kind of making a lot of mental mistakes here. And there seems to be a lot more ads out. I remember being in this phase. Save my super here just a little bit. Get all these Minotaurs out of the way. Didn't get much out of the conduction though on the boss, unfortunately. Had to worry about my positioning. I should have been content to stay back and get that ahead of time. Probably missed that grenade. Gotta start now. I'm starting to miss grenades. So hoping I could get that heavy. Plenty of time here. There's no ads up. But yeah, a little sloppy there on the boss. I got caught in a bad cycle, made a couple mistakes, and it snowballs on you. You watch your time though. Don't get too tilted. Gather your wits. You know, you can
I'll retrieve it soon.
do it. So I did that with a not super optimal setup. Not the cleanest run ever, but it's not too bad. I'll take it, and we'll move on to the hunter, I guess. Unless the audio is bad, and I guess you'll see me do this again. But yeah, so again, might have for movement. I like the sniper on the boss. You can see there, you know, if you get good positioning, you can get a lot of damage out. Definitely need the Crown of Tempest. It's really key to this fight. Yeah, powerful build. Again, top tree. Big fan of it. You can just see how much stuff I can kill with the super. Even though it didn't save me the one time when I was about to pop it, I was a little slow popping in. I could have saved myself there. But maybe it turned out for the best. I think maybe it gathered the enemies up to where the point where I could kind of whittle them a little bit and then activate it. But yeah, until the next one.